Usha Vance, the second lady, wife of J.D. Vance, the vice president, interviewed the president, Donald Trump. And she was talking to Donald Trump like he's a kid. She was almost talking to Donald Trump like he has a cognitive issue. And one of the wildest things is that the topic is reading and reading books. Donald Trump has not read a book in decades. He does not read. And in fact, we have come to believe over time that Donald Trump suffers from limited literacy. It doesn't mean he literally cannot read words off a page, but he does have limited reading capacity. Usha Vance starts talking to him about, what are you reading for fun these days? And of course, the real answer is not a damn thing, Usha. But what Trump comes up with is so self-centered and so egomaniacal that it is remarkable.
Everything that you just described, all of these incredible accomplishments, they take a lot of reading. Do you have any time to read for fun these days?
So I end up reading mostly newspapers. I usually read stories about myself.
Well, with so much going on in the world, it's really kind of you to take a moment to read. And I know you have 11.
Yeah, it's so... Oh my God. Barack Obama said, reading is the gateway skill that makes all other learning possible. I agree with that. I think that's a great way to sort of characterize and couch the importance of reading. Thomas Jefferson said, I cannot live without books. And Donald Trump says, I usually read newspaper stories about myself. Here is Donald Trump attempting to read a children's book about presidents, and the topic of Bill Clinton comes up, and Trump goes, I like Bill Clinton a lot. A natural thing to interject when reading to children. Take a look.
I guess. And then you have President Bill Clinton ran on a special jogging track. He had a little track built for him at the White House. That's nice. I didn't even know that until recently. But he had a track built at the White House. I don't think I'll ever do that. I don't see myself doing that. I don't know.
Trump sounds barely awake.
But he's actually was a nice guy. I like Bill Clinton a lot. I still do. And then you have President Abraham Lincoln rode horses. He liked riding horses.
Now notice that Trump is not reading the damn book. He is not actually reading the book. He's summarizing what's on the page and picking up a word or two here or there. And I think Usha Vance, by the way, they cut this thing together. It's like it's like the $6 million man that they have to Frankenstein parts together to make it look like they're cutting this thing, slicing it up like you would a cucumber, to put it together in a way that makes it sound like Trump can do this. Usha Vance seems to be realizing, I don't know that Donald Trump can really fluidly read. Hey, quickly, have you been seeing less of me on your YouTube feed? You would not be the first to say so. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to ensure you don't miss a thing. Back to the clip. And of course, numerous stories about Donald Trump's difficulties reading, including this absolutely viral story from SNL comedian Pete Davidson, who recounted how it was when they had to work with Trump as the host.
Donald Trump, you were telling me...
I have one story I'm allowed to tell, and it's hilarious.
You have stories you're not allowed to tell?
What
happened with the Trump story?
Okay, so he's like, he doesn't really know how to read.
For real?
Yeah, and he loves to improv.
Yeah.
So during like the table read, he like... Before, like, we were going to read before he had to read each line, and he's the host, so he's at everything.
Yeah.
He would go, I'm not going to say this. I think I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. Is that okay? Is that okay, Lauren? Is that everything? And everybody's like, what? And then this is my favorite part, is there was a sketch that we wrote where he's at Disneyland with his daughter, and the line is, all right, let's get out of here. Turkey legs? Like, let's like go get turkey legs. And he doesn't know how to read. So he went, all right, let's get out of here, turkey legs. He called his daughter turkey legs.
Maybe that was his improv.
Oh, no, it wasn't. And then he looked up, like, he doesn't get it. Like, he thinks if everybody's laughing with him, but we're all laughing at him. And it was like crazy for he would be like, I did a good job, right?
So anyway, numerous stories about Donald Trump's limited reading capability. And it's really shocking to see that when Trump is supposedly reading this children's book, he really can't read it. He sort of describes the images that he sees, and they have to slice and dice it together to make him seem even remotely coherent. Does this seem like someone who is truly capable of discharging the duties of the President of the United States? Folks, I don't think so. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.